Okay, and we are live. Welcome to the Add1Challenge number 20, kickoff hangout. This hangout is to prepare people who are in the Add1Challenge number 20 to make sure we get off on the right foot and set the tone and set the context so that we have a successful Add1Challenge so we can all get the result that we want for the next 90 days. So first of all, let's all introduce ourselves. Just say your name, where you're from, and what language you're learning. And maybe why. Let's just share why you're learning quickly. Don't give us your life story, but just give a little brief why you're learning the language you want to learn. Okay? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. Apologies for the background noise, but my name is Fabian. I'm from Germany, and for this challenge I'm going to be learning Turkish because my wife's Turkish. So what better reason to learn a language than being able to speak to your wife in her native language and her family.
Great, thank you. All right, who wants to go next? Andrea?
Hey.
Hello. You want to share?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good. You want to share with us where you're from and what language you're learning and why you're learning this language?
Yep, sure. I come from Belarus, which is probably a country that not many people know about a lot. And I'm from the city of Minsk, which is the capital. The main reason why I participate, as I already said in my intro video, which you, of course, all of you have seen. But the main reason, I guess, is that I went to a polyglot conference this year, which is a very cool event. This year it happened in Greece, in Thessaloniki. And I met some really, really nice, interesting guys there. And some of them invited me to join this challenge. So basically, this is how I got here.
Great.
Yeah, and really enjoyed to be here. I chose Chinese. I didn't have any exposure to Chinese before. I just know it's a kind of different language from all the other like normal languages that we, speak and know. So I'd like to kind of make my brain work in a new mode, so to speak. So I guess that's the main reason. I do know a couple. Well, I'm not a polyglot or something. I love languages and want to learn a little bit more than I know now. So that's it. And well, I hope this is going to be a nice, enjoyable experience for all of us. And I'd really love to be helpful for everyone. And I hope this atmosphere of these few first days when everyone welcomes everyone will kind of, keep going. So I'm looking forward to working and learning with all of you guys.
Great. Thank you. Awesome.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, man. Emma, you want to go next since you've done that one challenge before and you've done Chinese before?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Yep. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm English, from England, and last time I did Chinese. This time I'm doing Spanish because it was the language of my ancestors. Okay.
Great. Emma is really awesome in the last challenge. She couldn't find any speaking partners in her local area, so she set up her own Mandarin club. How cool is that? To have people who want to practice Mandarin to practice, and then so if you guys can't find anybody to practice, you can always create something on your own. So that was really inspiration. So Emma, so thank you for doing that and sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Who's next?
Well, I can be next. My name is Lino. I'm from Germany, and I'm living in Hanover, which is in North Germany. This is my first Add1Challenge, and I chose French. Yeah, I want to do the Add1Challenge because it took me quite a lot of years, like 10 years, to study sufficient for speaking fluent in Esperanto, and I don't want this to happen to French. So yeah, since I don't want it to go alone, I wanted to join the Add1Challenge. Yes, and my motivation to learn French would be that I will be probably a lot of times in France to go climbing, and thus I want to talk to the local people.
Great, welcome. Thank you for joining
Thank
us. Okay, great.
Hi,
right.
can I go?
Of course, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
Right, okay, so I'm Nisha. I'm doing French as well. I always wanted to speak French. I'm Polish. I live in England, so I speak Polish and English. I did some Spanish and some Russian before, but I don't use them very much. And I started learning French this summer. I'm very excited about it and getting a little bit obsessed with it as well. So I spend a lot of time studying right now. But I think I need something else to keep my motivation going. So I think something like that will be great. And I studied with a private teacher and I joined a local conversation class. But I would love to do some more with online partners as well. So if anybody's interested, I would be as well. Yeah, I think this is great.
Great, thank you. Welcome. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next if that's cool. So my name's Catherine. I'm from the US, but I'm currently living in Ontario, Canada. So you have French and English as the main languages in this country. And I'm hoping to be bilingual someday. I joined the Add1Challenge because I wanted to find a consistent method of learning. That's pretty much it.
Great, welcome, Catherine. Okay, who's next?
Should I go next?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Martin. I come from the Netherlands and I decided to learn Swedish because I always wanted to learn a North Germanic language, but then I decided to learn Swedish because I have a friend who is Swedish, so that's it.
Great, welcome. All right.
Right, I can
Adrian?
go. Yeah, cheers.
Yes.
So, yeah, I am Adrian. I'm another Polish person living in the UK, but currently on exchange in Singapore for a year. So, yeah, I've loved all things Japanese for quite some time, and I've never actually achieved any any fluency in the language, even though it took me a couple of years. So I hope that changes in the next 90 days. And yeah, good luck to all of us. Cheers.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you for introducing yourself, telling us why you're joining Add1Challenge. My name is Brian Kwong. I founded Add1Challenge, and I will be doing Add1Challenge myself. I'll be taking on Japanese because I plan to go on a trip in Japan next year. So, and it was a really amazing trip last time that I did it, and when I did the Add1Challenge beforehand, and then I went to the country and I practiced, and then and I started talking to people, connect. It was so great, and which is how I got the idea of giving away a flight ticket in every Add1Challenge. So in this Add1Challenge, I want to learn Japanese so that I can just dust the rest off, because it was like 3 years ago, 3 years ago. I think it's 3 years ago. So that's why I'm joining the Add1Challenge. So now what I want everyone to do is to close your eyes. Everybody's watching, and in Hangout, to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine, most importantly, feel how it feels. That imagine 90 days from now, and let's just say today is day 90, and you just had a 15-minute conversation with a native speaker. how do you feel? You just got off Skype, or you just got off finished meeting with that person, and you had your 15-minute conversation. Now feel how it feels. Great, you can slowly come back. Now, so anybody want to share what they saw and how they feel? I can go first. I saw having not a 15-minute conversation, but actually interacting with people in Japan, because this is why I'm learning Japanese, and I can just feel the connection. I almost can taste the sushi, and so wow. So it feels really good to be able to hold a 15-minute conversation and connect with people. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this, is to connect with people, right? So that's how I felt. So anybody want to share how you felt?
Well, I can go. I felt something similar. I felt like I was somewhere in a village in China, just spoken to some local guy in his language, and I touched his heart, and I was like, wow, it's something like this. I guess
Great.
That's what I expect.
Yeah, and you will, like when you go to a country, and especially when you're in the small villages, and then you actually connect with those people, and it's just there's nothing like it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, anybody else want to share what they saw and how they feel? Nobody?
Sure.
Emma can go first, and then.
Yeah, it would be awesome. And also, when I go abroad, people just tend to speak to me in Spanish anyway, when they simply look at me and they just assume. So it would be great to be able to answer them back and have a conversation. It would be awesome. Thank you.
Great. You mean your relatives? Is it?
No, just in general, when I'm just abroad, people just assume that I am actually from Spain, so they speak to me in Spanish. It'd be great to be able to answer them back. So. And say, no, I'm English, but just genetically Spanish.
Got it. Great. All right, next.
Yeah, I was trying to imagine what the conversation would be like, and I think it would be great if I could expand beyond the subjects that I can discuss now, which is coffee and cats and dogs pretty much, and that's about it. So it would be nice to talk about some other things as well.
Great, thank you for sharing. Going beyond cats and dogs. It's good, it's important. So now we have a feel of how it could be like. So what are some of the keys of making that happen in the next 90 days? What are some of the keys for you to actually have that happen in the next 90 days?
Well, I can go. So I guess speaking as much as possible, trying to find native speakers, speak with them, and probably if you just starting the language, figure out what topics you want to talk about, what are the basic conversational things you need, what are the nouns and verbs that you need to form basic sentences, and figure these out.
Great. Speaking as much as possible, finding the topics that you want to speak on, you want to expand on. And great, that's very important, because our goal is to speak, right? So speaking as much as possible is definitely a key to helping you make that happen in the next 90 days. What else? Let's brainstorm. This is like this is like an interaction thing. Go ahead, Lena.
Yeah, I think it's more important for me that I also have this motivation, and that I see that everybody's doing what they proposed that they would be doing. So I can do that too. I'm not, yeah, I'm not stupid, or I can do this actually. So if I see other people can do it, then I will do. Yeah, I will too. Sorry.
Great. You mean doing what we say we'll do? Is that what you mean?
Yes, like this 5 times a week, 60 minutes or whatever
Right.
we said that we will be doing. And
Yeah.
I think it's quite hard to do this every day, or pretty much every day. But
Mhm.
if I see that other people can do that, then
Mhm.
it will be easier for me, I think.
Great. And I think that's a really great point. It's actually it actually takes something from you to actually do what you said you do. Like you say, I'm gonna do 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day, and then you actually do that. It takes you something to do that. But I want to invite you to consider that this next 90 days, you're practicing doing what you say you'll do. Now, why is that important? Now, imagine you say, I'm going to go to Japan, and it happens. I'm going to help this person, and it happens. What you say and can actually happen in real world. Like basically, you say X and X happens. How powerful would that be? Now, so to do that, we need to start practicing. We need to start practicing actually doing what we say we'll do. So we start just by saying, okay, I'm going to do 5 days a week, 30 minutes, and actually do it. You, at the end of the 9 days, I guarantee you, you feel you have power with your word. You have power with what you say. And this can change your life. So
And feeling proud also because you pulled it off.
Totally. You have confidence. You feel proud of yourself that you actually honor what you said you do and actually do what you say you do. So thank you for pointing that out. That's very important. Great. Anything else? What are some of the key things in making that 15-minute conversation happen on day 90?
Consistent practice.
Great. Consistent practice. Now, one thing that I want to point into, one of the most important key for after doing all these Add1 challenges, one of the most important key for people to succeed, it's this. It's learning how to create a fun, sustainable, and consistent routine so language learning becomes a part of your life. A fun, sustainable, and consistent routine. Because time and time again, people get really excited at the beginning. They do more than they can do in the beginning, and it's not sustainable, and they get burned out, or it gets boring. So it's not fun anymore. When it's not fun, why would you want to keep going, right? So by creating a fun, that's something that's fun for you, a sustainable and a consistent routine into your everyday life. You can't also, you also have to take care of other things in your life, because if you have a job, you can't just study a language and you don't have any sleep, and that doesn't work for you. So it has to be balanced, it has to be sustainable, that works into your everyday life. So the people who actually create this, most people had a really high rate of success when they are able to create a fun, sustainable, consistent routine. And which is why we'll see this quote from Anthony Lauder all the time, is to do whatever it takes in this hour for you to want to learn another hour tomorrow. I'm going to say it again. Do whatever it takes in this hour for you to want to learn another hour tomorrow. Do you guys have any question about that? Yes?
No, I think that's a really good quote. Actually, I really like it, because what I find works for me is that it's really good to actually stop before you get too bored and kind of like do something for the next session. So you are still kind of intrigued and you want to do more, and you've got something to look forward to. So for example, I learn quite a lot through listening to songs, and I love it, and it's always kind of, I want to do more, but I'm kind of thinking, okay, this is time to stop, and I will save this one for tomorrow, kind of thing.
Great. I think it's very important to really notice yourself, to see, am I Am I stressed? Like, is this doing that 30 minutes? 30 minutes is really not that long. Even an hour is really not that long, right? If you break down that 1 hour to 30 minutes is really not that long. If you're stressed about it and you don't want to do that 30 minutes, it's probably a good idea to stop and to review how you learn, because how you're learning is probably not really getting you to actually want to do it in an hour tomorrow. So I invite you to be aware of how you view this 30 minutes. If something's not working, if you're stressed, you don't want to do it, it's probably a good time to examine how you learn and come up with a way, or talk to the community and ask, okay, how can I make it more fun? How can I make it more sustainable so we can all help each other? And for the next 90 days, I can't guarantee you that you have a 15-minute conversation, because you got to do the work, because I'm not going to go study for you, right? But there's one thing that I'll guarantee. What is that one thing? There's one thing I'll guarantee that will happen in the next 90 days.
We will have fun.
Okay, well, yes, we'll definitely have fun, but I'm not guaranteed this one, because you gotta to have fun, you gotta participate yourself. You know, you gotta come up with ways to actually have, because you know, it really depends on attitude, right? But so I'm not guaranteeing that. There's one thing that I can guarantee. What else? What other guess? Cute. Let's throw a couple more guess. What is one thing that I can guarantee will happen in the next 90 days?
I think we can guarantee that we'll learn something.
Yes, great. I still won't guarantee that, but yes, a very high chance if you actually do the work, you will learn something, at least something.
I think we might also make friends.
Great! Wow, you guys are such. I love it. You guys will learn something. You guys will have fun, and you definitely meet some friends. These things are pretty much highly probable that's going to happen. But there's one thing that I'll guarantee. One thing I'll guarantee is that in the next 90 days, sometimes in the next 90 days, it's normal going to feel that you may not want to study. No matter how motivated you are, no matter how everybody's doing great, sometime in the next 90 days, one thing that I guarantee you that is that at some point you have a thought like you don't feel like studying that day. So it's important for us to come up with ways or brainstorm of, okay, how can we get ourselves back on track? Because it's pretty much guaranteed that we'll fall. We will not want to study, or we may have an A when we don't study. So the key is to how do we get back on track to actually accomplish what we want to accomplish in the first place. So what ideas can we brainstorm on day 0 so that when it happens, we'll know what to do? So let's brainstorm some idea. What are some of the ways can help you get back on track when you fall?
Remind yourself of why you're doing this in the first place.
Great. One of the assignment that you do is to have somewhere, like, we all have different reasons why we learn a language. So how can we put something in place so that it can constantly remind us why we are learning the language? Great. What else?
Pick up your crown and get it back onto your head.
One more time.
Pick up your crown and put it on your head. Back on your head.
Pick up your crown. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, if you fall, then you get up, you pick up the crown and you put it back on your head, and then you're good to go.
Got it. Okay. So just you mean just do it. Like just get back on and do it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like if you fall, then it's nothing to be ashamed about.
Yes. Great. And it's a great thing you said that nothing to be ashamed about, because sometimes some people, I see that, oh, I have like 50 yay in a row and I got 1 nay. Oh my God, the world is coming to an end. Like, it's very easy to get the mentality. Our objective is not to get the yay or nay is not bad. The whole point is for us to study, to move forward to a 15-minute conversation. So I invite you to look at, sometimes things may happen. So there's no need to be ashamed, or it's nothing bad that you miss a day. Just get back on track. Great point. Anything else? What else? There are plenty of other ways.
Yes, you could watch back your day 0 video and see how much you've improved.
Awesome. And a lot of times we get stuck in the we think we're stuck in the plateau, but we just forgot how far we've come. So if you can, that's why I ask you to make day 0 videos, so that you can see where you came from, how you started. And then you can okay, wow, you can acknowledge yourself to actually get back on track. So thank you. What else?
Well,
considering, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. What I think helps me is to know that I've got something scheduled or planned, and I just have to get back to it and do it because somebody's waiting to have a conversation with me, for example. Or,
love it.
You know, it's yeah, you just kind of have to do it, right?
Great.
Because you don't let the other person down.
Great.
So I think
awesome. That's actually one of the most effective technique that I have. I just schedule three session with people, and I schedule it in the early morning, maybe a little bit earlier than usually what time I wake up, and then I need to wake up, and then I'll have that 30-minute conversation, and then I'm done. I'm like, I did my studying already that day, and then I can go, do what I do. Versus if you wait till the last minute before you sleep, you most likely be tired and don't want to study. Okay, so scheduling conversation with your conversation partner, it's a great way to get, and I'll recommend you to schedule like 3 in a row, like 3 at one time. You don't just do 1, you do like 1, 2, 3, like that, and then you just kind of get back on track. You just get back on track like that. Great. Fabian?
Well, we're all in this together, so I think, as you said, most of us will feel the same struggle. So we could reach out to each other and ask what to do, or like be my study buddy for now, for today, for tomorrow. Like check up on me. Have I done my study today, or haven't I?
Awesome. Now one of the biggest thing is the Facebook group that we have and the mastermind group that we have. So whenever you're stuck, if you fall, if you have a few nays, right? Sometimes we have like more than 50 people in this Add1Challenge. We may not pay attention to everybody, right? So if you're having trouble and you don't tell us, we can't support you, basically. So since, as it's exactly what you said, we're in this together. So whenever you hit a struggle, a wall, reach out to us, post it in the Facebook group, and I say, hey guys, I'm getting stuck with this. What do you guys think? How do you have any ideas to do that? And you see people coming. If you actually scroll in the Facebook group, there are lots of comments. People just helping each other out. But it will take you to actually take that action, actually reach out to us, to actually let us know what you're struggling, so we can support you. And it's a great help for everybody. Great. Anything else? You guys are getting really good at this.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to add to Fabian's comment that I guess one of the most important reasons why we're doing this here together and paying money for this is because there's this community thing. I could do the same thing for free by my own, but that would be totally different. And I think this community, the fact that there are people who can support you, who are doing the same thing, and you can kind of exchange ideas, you can share thoughts and so on. So I guess this is, to me, this is one of the core reasons why I joined. And I guess, yeah, this supportive environment, our Facebook group, is probably one of the most important things that we should do. We should support each other. We should, try to help each other reach our own 90-day goals. So I second that, Fabian.
Great. Awesome. All right. So I think this is the one. So that's I think that's pretty. Those we have a lot of ideas like how do we get back on track, and just if we actually create if you actually create a routine that's fun, sustainable, and consistent for you, and you have different ways to get back on track because it's inevitable that's going to happen. Like you may have an A or you don't study. There's really no way that you can fail with this. If you put in the work, do what you say you do, in the next 90 days, you will have that 15-minute conversation. So that's it I have. But actually, one last thing I want to add in is something that I actually never really mentioned before. I see, like this is the 20th Add1Challenge, and I just want to say that sometimes I just want to invite you to do this challenge with kindness and with kindness to yourself. Okay, so whenever if something happens, if you can't get to studying, if you think you're not making enough progress, be kind to yourself, because I think a lot of us like to beat ourselves up and say we're not good or we're not where we want to be and things like that. So I invite you to do this challenge with kindness and with the support with community, so that we can actually get to the goal, because the goal of that 15-minute conversation in 90 days. Because I see some people like beating themselves up if they have nays, and that just doesn't really serve them at all. So be kind to yourself. Reach out for support if you need support, and we are in this together. And that's it. So do you have any questions, feedback, complaints already? Day zero? No?
I actually have a question about the video that we're supposed to post for
Great.
the day zero.
Yeah.
I actually did this already when we were supposed to do the video for the submission.
Yes.
So I don't really know how to speak anything else besides what I did in the video.
Okay, then that will be your day zero video.
Okay.
So you don't have to make another one if you don't want to. You can if you want
Well,
to.
I could copy pretty much what I said there, but I don't know anymore. So
Okay. You
wouldn't
don't really
make any
have
sense.
to. It's totally up to you. If you already have the day zero video in your application, then that's fine. But but it would be interesting to because you say all these other things in the video, right? Like you introduce yourself, that's like that. It'll take you maybe 2 minutes to make that video, and then so that you can really see your before and after separate. But you can also use that application video. I'm okay with that. I got that. So it's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
Any question, thoughts? How do you feel? Are you excited? You looks like you guys are all excited. Yes? No? All right.
I might have one question.
Great.
I don't know other people if other people want this, but maybe it's also good if we make a Skype group for some people who prefer Skype, maybe. So is there also a Skype group, or is it okay if I make one?
Skype group. Did you sign up for Mastermind?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So in your Mastermind, if you're a Mastermind group member would like to have a Skype, they can have a Skype. You can also have your You can just. This is a Facebook group, right? So anything that you're doing related to helping you to reach your goal next 9 days, it's great. Okay, so you can just say, hey guys, I have this idea. Let's do this Skype thing so we can keep in touch with each other and support each other. Go ahead and then see who will say yes, and then say yes, and you can go ahead and just run with it. As long as it helps you and other people to reach the goal of 15-minute conversation, I'm all for it.
Okay, thanks.
Right. Any question? Somebody have a question?
I agree about the Skype group. I think it's good to have something ongoing because Facebook is more like a thing where you post once in a while, and Skype is something where you can just you can post a few messages in a row, like pretty much in the free form. So I think it's a good thing to have something like Skype or maybe some other tool where it's more like a chat, not a forum or post.
Yeah. So if you sign up for mastermind group, you'll be put into chat in a group chat in Facebook, which is why we ask you to add us, because if you don't add us, we can't add you guys in the chat chat group. So if you have a mastermind group, you will have instructions of what to do with it, and you'll be able to ongoingly chat with your friends, your new friends who will be taking on this journey together with you in the next 90 days.
Okay, and I've seen, and maybe it's the same thing, but I've seen there is already a Spanish sort of group in Facebook, which appears somewhere in the comments. Is it something that we ourselves need to create, or is it somehow you guys create for us? So, for example, for Chinese Mandarin, is there going to be a group, or do I create it, or how does it work?
If you like to create it, you can create it. We also, I think this is created by group members. So if you like to create it yourself, I think we do have one that was created by past Add1 challengers. But we don't know how active they are. Nobody's in it, could be in it. They may not be learning Mandarin anymore. So as long as you have because you'll be also put in a study group, right? And we also put you in a group chat with everybody who's studying Mandarin on Facebook, because we got to send so we'll send you some short materials, so everybody will be one chat in Facebook. So if you'd like to create a group, you can go ahead and do that, but we won't create a language specific group outside of our group, because there will be too many languages for us to manage, right? We can't really make sure that we can't really support all the languages that are going on.
Okay, so we'll try to organize ourselves then.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Thoughts? Comments? All right, so that's it. So we are kicking off Add1Challenge 20 tomorrow, day 1. And I look forward to learning a language together with all of you and seeing your progress. You can see my progress, and I'm really excited, and I'll see you guys soon in the Facebook group. That's it. Take care. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.